What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Berkan and Adam, aka BD Packs, and something new to this channel, which I'm very, very excited about. I have a co-host, which is amazing. Good old buddy of mine. I'll let him introduce himself.
What's up, guys? What's up? I've always wanted to say this. What's up, YouTube? My name's Adam, and I'm excited to join on in and have some fun with this.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. Obviously, this is going to be something new and something the channel is really going to focus on with this partnership between Adam and I. And again, I'm really excited. I've known Adam for a few years now, and we've always talked about sport cards. We actually worked together for a couple of years pretty closely, and we'd always get distracted with breaks and the new products. So this is really just fitting for us. But obviously, this means the BD Packs channel is going to change. There's going to be some rebranding, which I'm very happy with. Adam was insistent of me not changing anything or anything like that, but I told him that I'm happy to do this because the reality of this is it's just not fun when you're by yourself, you know. Like loot box, they have like their partnership and they have a blast. Even Pac-Man has opened it up to the community, and it's just more fun when you're sharing the experience with friends and you guys. So I'm very excited to have Adam on board, and together with our combined knowledge of packs and the hobby, we have a BA in packs, hence the brand new name.
Yeah, BA in packs. Yeah. So I know I was actually a subscriber of yours, BD Packs, Berkan. Yeah. So I'm excited to join in. And I've been a collector and for a long time. I wouldn't say investor. I've made my fair share of investment fails when it comes to sports cards, but it's a lot of fun. It's a big hobby. And one of the reasons why I think this is a great fit and a lot of fun is, you know, who doesn't like talking sports and who doesn't like talking about the hobby? It's something that's grown so much. I've, been involved since I was a kid, being in my late 30s now with family, and my wife doesn't love hearing me talk about sports cards all the time or getting excited. It's not something that I consistently talk about, but especially with the COVID situation and being at home a lot, I think we all dove in a little bit into the hobby. More. A lot of new people jumped in, and I think there's a lot of excitement, and that you want to talk about it. Well, my wife doesn't want to hear about it all the time, so it's fun to have a community to share it with, bust some packs and talk through everything. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I can't stress this enough. Adam and I used to be in this corner in the office, and we'd always go on these tangents talking about sports and sport cards and pulling up breaks. I remember when Optic came out last year for basketball, someone pulled the 101 Zion, and we took a break. We watched a video, and we had to explain it to one of our coworkers who didn't understand the hobby, but we were geeking out about it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. And you just mentioned your wife kind of zoning off when you talk about sport cards to her. I had literally the exact experience like within an hour ago. So today I got a return on some Justin Herbert cards. He did a private signing through Game Day Connections. It's not Connections. It's something like that. But they did a private signings, and I got my cards back today, and I was super excited. So the first person I showed was Allison, my fiance. And I was like, look at these cards. Like, look how awesome they look. And she was like, yeah, okay. She's like, Justin, who's Justin Herbert? I don't get it. So
just pictures of dudes on cardboard.
Just
that's
dudes
what my
on
wife always
cardboard.
says.
Exactly. But I'm definitely excited about this. And, there might be some hiccups as all new things. So we appreciate y'all's patience with us as we kind of get the hang of this. We were joking before we started recording that one day when we're on episode 120, we'll look back on this first episode and see how different it is. But it's definitely exciting. And yeah, so that's kind of the rebrand and something new to expect. And also, besides this podcast, Adam's going to be more frequent with videos with me and stuff like that. Maybe his own breaks too. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And something else that's exciting today. Today's a very good day for many reasons, not just that started this brand new series, but also because I actually had some success in retail today. I actually walked into a retail store, walked into a Walmart, saw like 5 people waiting in line, waited like 5 minutes, and I got my hands on the NBA Prizm Blaster. So I'm excited to open up these with you guys, and hopefully with Adam and all you guys watching, we'll have some good luck. I'm
sending the juju
stoked.
your way.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I can wait any longer. I'm going to open one of these packs,
Do it.
and I'm going to hope for the best. And I'm just going to pray that they're not all Kevin Huerter or not all Harrison Barnes.
How about some LeBron base or some color or something fun?
Some color. I'd go with some Luca. I have a pretty
Yeah.
hefty Luca collection growing. There is a silver in this first pack. So we got Bojan Bogdanovic as our first card, not the silver. We got Brandon Ingram. Ingram. Okay, silver. Let's see. Is it a rookie? Is it going to be a rookie? Don't think so. It's Christian Wood. It's Christian Wood and then Colin Sexton, but I'm not
even a rookie.
Not even a rookie, but I'm not particularly thrilled with this Christian Wood pool because the Houston Rockets took it to our Dallas Mavericks last night.
They worked us last night. As you can probably tell, we're both big Mavs fans.
Oh yeah, big Mavs fans, and we're pretty bummed. It's rough.
Rebound tonight.
We'll rebound tonight. We're playing Milwaukee. This episode, not the night of you guys will know pretty much instantly the result of that game, but we're putting in some good juju that the Mavs actually win.
Luka's gonna have a trip dub. So.
Oh yeah, at least it's either going to be a triple double or a 42-point game. I think he likes his marquee matchups. Actually, the other week I went to my first Mavs game against the Clippers, first in-person game in over a year. And I walked into the stadium with my dad and I said, I think Luka's going to put up 42 tonight. I just have a feeling. And sure enough, he put up 43. So we know what we're talking about.
All right. Get it.
So we mentioned Walmart walking into Walmart today and having success. I'm curious what your opinion is on Target and how they're doing things. And if you like Target better than Walmart in a sense of just an overall experience in the hobby. So for those of you guys who don't know, Walmart's still kind of loose. They're not all kind of united in a sense of what they're doing. Some Walmarts you can walk in, find packs on a shelf. Some of them are limited. Some of them you have to go to a service desk. It's kind of a mess, but it's kind of more of a traditional hobby hunt. And Target is 8 a.m. drop every single Friday, limit 2 per sport, right?
Yeah, I think it's what I've seen at Targets is it's 1 per UPC. So basically your little barcode is your product and you get one item per product. So for example, with Prizm, at least when I went, it was if there was a hanger box, that's 1 UPC. If there was a blaster, that's 1 UPC. If there's a mega, that's 1 UPC, and any cello or fat pack, whatever you want to call them, that's another UPC. So you could ideally get one of each of those. Now, I think other like Walmarts may have some different structures for that, or a little bit more fluid with what they consider one of each being. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that probably the people that are working there are not as versed in this kind of element.
Yeah, actually today the guy specifically said, I don't do cards whatsoever. So you're right. He has absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I think a lot of the third-party vendors that are coming in that are doing the stocking, obviously they know, but I feel like the brand, the Walmarts and Targets are kind of missing the boat a little bit on this, and pushing to restock more often, pushing to get more product, because they're flying off the shelves. If I owned one of those companies and I had the ability to do that, I'm sure they're only allotted a certain amount of product, but I feel like I would be aggressive about how I'm managing it. And that kind of leads me right into the way I feel. You mentioned Target and Walmart. I feel like Target's managing things just a lot better. I know you mentioned the one that's by you, that's not far from you. I was doing just on Fridays. And I think that's because that was the location that I went to about a month ago. And I think it was 37 people were in line. When the vendor showed up, I got there. It was my only time that I had the chance to do this. So I decided to beat the rush, and I got there like an hour before the vendor was supposed to be there, after multiple visits before learning when the vendor was coming and all these things. Because at the time I was in between jobs and I was kind of had the availability. And so I went out there and I waited until the vendor showed up. And at that point, it was like 7 or 8 people, and then another 8 people, and then another 15 people showed up. But they managed it really well. But I think they realized quickly at that point that this is what it's going to be like every other week when the vendor comes, with the big, deal. And so, yeah, I mean, we can, at some point I'll share that video that I took, because I did take some video while I was there with that experience, so you guys can see. I'm sure most of you guys out there in the universe have seen or experienced that. Tell us what you think is better. I mean, Walmart versus Target. What do you think, Berkan?
So it's funny. I have a love-hate relationship with the idea of knowing when these cards are, because as soon as I heard that Target was going to have 8 a.m. drops on Friday, I immediately thought of, oh my gosh, people are going to camp out for these things. And I heard stories that actually happened. Like, people are camping out, and it's crazy to me because it's not like a guarantee. It's not like when you camp out at GameStop for the new system, you at least know they're getting a couple systems. They could very well just have Pokemon or baseball or something you're just not interested at all. You could get a whole case of Magic Gathering cards.
Yep. Well, when you're camping out for something, if it's a video game, I remember when PlayStation 3, I think, came out, me and some buddies camped out to get a PlayStation 3, and we were going to flip it. I'll be honest. We were going to flip it if we got one. We camped out overnight. We were the first ones to not get one.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, they were selling for like, $400 or $500 over what the retail was.
Yeah.
And that to me makes a little bit more sense when it's something that's, $400 or $500 worth camping out for. I just think it's crazy to think that somebody's going to camp out for a, 1999 blaster and a $39.99 mega box. And I know that the profit margin's there. But that's a whole nother issue altogether. But yeah, it's just crazy to think that somebody would camp out. But if we see somebody doing that, I'm going to go interview them, because I want to know. And if you're doing it at home, if you guys at home are doing that, let us know so we can interview you and talk to you about that craziness.
Yeah, there's no hate or judgment. I respect it. I respect the grind. I do, truly. Yeah. Today, and to your point with the profit margins, today when the person who was first in line was like watching us, because it was around the corner, because the Walmart I went to, you had to pick it up at a service desk, and the first one in line could actually see what was being unloaded, and he was like, baseball. And as soon as Prizm started getting on the counter, he was like dancing around, screaming.
Got excited.
He was super excited. I mean, he's like, I don't care if I'm only getting one. It's either find one, get lucky, pay $20, or buy resale at a price of, right now, it's close to $200 for a blaster. It's nuts.
Yeah, if you want to bust it. And that's really, at the end of the day, we all say, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to, like all those guys, when I was in the line of 30 something people, I was first in line, of course. But of all those people, they were all saying, oh, I'm going to bust it. I'm just going to go home and rip it. And I'm like, but within the hour of me waiting, people that were talking about ripping it at home eventually were like, well, I might, flip it. They're going for blah, blah, blah. And that the motive of most of those people was to flip it. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
And did I keep one of the boxes that I bought that day to save? Yes. But I was pumped. That was when Optic football was coming out. So I was pumped to rip some Optics. So I did that, and that's probably the product that at the time was the most valuable, but I wanted to open it. I mean, it's hard to find product these days. That's one of the other positives about us having this kind of relationship and being able to talk to the community and everything, is that, we don't get the opportunity to bust a bunch of packs these days. We get to watch people like, breakers and things like that do it, and live vicariously through them.
You know what? While we're on the topic of that, I just want to plug a video series that this channel does, and it's brand new. It's called the Community Collection. And it's an idea I had a couple weeks ago, and I'm excited that Adam's going to kind of join in on it too. But basically,
add some things to it, some old school stuff.
Please do, please. If any of you guys are listening have any cards, send them my way. We'll add it to the collection. But basically, how it works is anything I pull in a Community Collection series video. So I'll have like random packs. We actually, if you're listening to this right now, you'll get a sneak peek. I don't know if this will release before or after, but today I filmed one. And we pulled a Saquon Barkley RPA out of 75 from Unparalleled. Which
SWAT master.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And the cool thing about it is, like, I have no control. And that's kind of how this works. And I'll put the Discord link in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But basically how it works is there's a Discord, or you can leave a comment on YouTube video or TikTok. But basically in this community, I'll put up the card we pulled, the value, and then you'll let me know if you think we should sell it, hold it, grade it, anything like that. It's literally just up to the community itself. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping that the collection grows significantly. We've been really, really blessed with 2 good hits in the first 2 videos. The first one, we got a Joe Burrow Prizm base, now Saquon. So we're plus 200 in value of the collection. So it's growing per video, which is amazing. So if you're interested in that, check out the recent videos. Like I said, I don't know if the second one will be up by the time this is out, but if it is, just go look for it. I'm super excited for more of you guys to join.
Well, this is a good time for us to kind of bust another one of those packs. But before we do that, just make sure, everybody out there, that you let us know what your thoughts are. First, Walmart or Target, what do you like the best? Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, and we'll get you more content. But before we do that, or really after we do that, let's bust that pack. I want to see that Prizm pack get ripped.
Let's do it.
I don't get to do it. So
do it.
I'm gonna live vicariously
in the future, we'll both do it together. That's how the hobby is these days, I guess. Okay, there's no color option. I do see a rookie emblem though.
That is a good thing.
On the back. So first we got Brooke Lopez.
That's not a good thing.
We got Kyle Lowry. All right. We got first rookie emergent Udoka Azubuike,
the Kansas prospect.
Prospect, yeah. Utah Kansas. Jazz rookie. I actually really like the emergent design. I'll put them up there. You can maybe see it. But I like this year's emergent design better than the last 2. I think it's pretty clean. And then last we got Aaron Naismith, lottery pick, Boston Celtics.
Okay. I saw the kind of green color and I thought maybe.
If it was Lamelo, I would have cried.
Yeah, you would have. We would have seen the reaction.
We still got 4 more packs to go. So I'm hoping for LeBron, a Luka for the PC, or that Lamelo. We'll see. Crazy. It's crazy to me. And this wasn't a planned topic. I'm just going to kind of spring this on you. But what do you think of people paying outrageous amounts for Lamelo the first week of a product? I'm talking like NBA hoops. People are paying. I saw up to $300 for his hoops base. Obviously, it's been down right now, but significant amount of people were paying that amount. It wasn't just like a one-off sale. And then Don Russ obviously started off crazy. Now Prizm's going nuts. Certified's going nuts.
I think you get that kind of the shiny new penny effect. You get the new product, whatever it is. Everybody gets excited about it and wants to get that product's top rookie. That mixed with the probably the most overused phrase in our market, in the card market these days, is FOMO. Everybody's getting the fear of missing out. They don't want to miss out on getting the next big thing. Obviously, we know that Lamelo has been a stud until he got hurt.
Yeah, it was super unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what happens. And I've been collecting, especially basketball. I think I started really collecting basketball in like 96. And so obviously hit one of the best drafts in all of, arguably in basketball history.
Yeah, Iverson, Kobe, Vince Carter. Man.
And so I've been collecting for a really long time, and never until the last couple of years have I seen kind of the impact that the rookie cards have had on the market. I mean, obviously they were always kind of the big thing, but it's just nuts to me to think that you're paying the amount of money that people are paying for a guy who, has done very little. Now, obviously LaMelo's got arguably some good bloodlines with his family and all the hype that went with the big baller brand, or negative publicity, or whatever you want to say. The PR that comes with that, good or bad, is still
crazy
good. So I think it's been a really crazy thing. But even last year, or I guess, it feels like 2 years ago now, really. But with Zion, I mean, a guy who played
19 games.
19 games. And the amount of money people were paying for his rookie cards, compared to, you got guys like Kobe, you got guys like Jordan, who not rookie cards, obviously, but, high end, autographs or things like that were being outpriced by a guy who played 20 games, rookie card. And so I think that's driven a lot of the market to be what it is today too. I mean, that's a piece of it. But it's crazy. I mean, I have never been one, unless I'm a collector of a specific individual, to go out and buy a lot of singles. I'm very different. I think a lot of people that are in cards now are, looking at it from the investor standpoint. And honestly, I think that's how they say it's okay. Well, it's an investment. Or that's how they get approval from their significant other or whatever. But really, we're all kids having fun. It's just a more expensive thing when you make it into an investment. But busting packs is what I used to love doing. So, but I see the value in it, and that's what's crazy is that they are selling for that. My dad used to always say, "Card's not worth anything until someone's willing to buy it."
Yeah.
And right, the old school get off my lawn mentality. And that's what happens is, the Beckett magazines are busting those open and looking, oh, my card's worth. Well, now it's real. I mean, those cards are selling for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy. ESPN is even like putting out shows weekly about like the market and talking about what they think people should like look into and buy. And it's nuts that we've gotten this far. 2 years ago, Luka's rookie year, I literally walked into a Target and they had the NBA Optic complete set of rookies. It's all Optic shocks. So Luka, Trae Young, Mo Bamba, Colin
Hey,
Sexton,
at one point you and I were debating as to whether or not they should draft Bamba over Doncic.
This is true. I'm ashamed.
Yes,
I'm ashamed. I'm glad we were wrong. I'm glad we were disappointed that day. But I literally walked in and for 3 solid months, it just sat there. They only had one. It just sat there for 3 months until I finally decided to splurge and buy it for $45 back in 2019. And now Panini releases a box like that and it goes for like $2,000. So
I think that's what really got us, talking about sports cards at work when we worked together in the marketing department is you were, going and buying, lunch or whatever, you buy a blaster box or whatever, you tell me about it. And I'd be like, oh, it's been a while since I've bought any of that stuff, I want to check it out. And so I went and bought a blaster box of Prizm. And it's crazy to think that if I had not opened to that and I kept it, I could sell that blaster box for what, $400, $300?
It's like $400 now over the summer and like July, it was only like $130. So it's still like jumping significantly. And it's funny, you and I went to our local card shop for the first time together. And at least it was my first time. I don't know if it was your first time total or if it's been a while. But I remember I was so jealous because I pulled like a DeAndre Ayton emergent and he pulled a red, white, and blue Luka rookie.
Yeah, I bought the cello pack. I bought one cello pack in my red, white, and blue. I got a Luka rookie and it's pretty pumped. I also got an autograph. Unfortunately, it was of John Simmons or something. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. It's a redemption. On top of that, it was a redemption. So it's like, is it worth even going through the process?
It is. It's definitely wild. It's crazy to think about how like that entire year I was like constantly buying these boxes. And I was living with my roommates and like you'd walk into my room and they just see like basketball card wrappers everywhere. And I felt guilty about it because I thought I was spending so much. And reality was I was buying all these Prizm blasters, Contenders blasters, Hoops blasters at retail from Target. They just sat there every time I went. It was like a full shelf. Man, I wish time could have stopped.
Yeah, or at least I wish we had the time machine, right?
I wish I wasn't so unlucky because out of all that, I never pulled one Luka Prizm. I've never pulled Luka out of Prizm. I don't know how that's even possible with how much I opened in 2018. It happens. The stupidest luck. Although I will say I've been blessed with some pretty crazy pulls since. So I guess that's the universe making it up to me.
Yep.
All right. I'm ready for another pack.
Let's do it.
I need another pack.
Feed the habit here.
I just referenced the universe making it up to me, so I'm feeling it. Feeling it right now.
What if you got a pack with LaMelo and LeBron in it?
I think I'd cry. I think I'd peak. I think that'd be my peak. So I got Paul.
I wasn't sure if you said peak or P, but
a little bit of P. A little bit of P.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. Oh, we got a blue rookie emblem. We got a Steph Curry dominance, and we got Emmanuel Quickly. That's a pretty solid one.
All right.
Yeah, Quickly. Top 3 rookie of the year contender.
Let's get a shot of that. Let's get a view.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. I haven't been able to. Yeah, it's hard. I haven't been able to tell really this year with centering, how to really judge centering on this year's Prizm quite yet. Not there. I think this one's a little bit off centered to the right. Yeah, this one's a little off centered. There's like you can't really see it. There's like these arrows, the dots on the side, and it just looks like it's off to one side. But that's Prizm. That's part of it. But I will take 2. We got 1 lottery pick and 1 top 3 rookie of the year contender.
And you still have what, 2 packs left?
I got 3 packs.
3 packs left, right?
I got 3. So we still have hope. We're halfway there. Last night there was a pretty entertaining NBA matchup. Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns. Who would have thought they'd be the number 1, number 2
Right?
seed
Last year.
and not just like in the West, just overall in the NBA. I'm like shocked. I was very specific in saying this year, I don't think Utah's going to do anything this year. So I'm silly.
You're just proving yourself wrong a couple times in a row there.
I'm getting married soon, and my best man has a joke about how every time I say I feel like, the opposite would happen. Like every time, it was like my superpower.
Well, so whatever you're about to say, whoever's, all those folks that are watching or going to watch this, you should do something different.
I really should. I feel like we're not going to pull LeBron or LaMelo. I just feel like that's what's
no, because I said that, not you.
Well, I'm saying it right now.
Oh, okay.
So we're putting my powers to the test. I feel like we're not going to pull LaMelo Ball or LeBron James in one of those 3 packs. So anyway, pretty entertaining matchup. Donovan Mitchell had 41 points, filled up the stat sheet. Devin Booker had 35, also filled up the stat sheet. Pretty good matchup. I wouldn't mind a Phoenix Suns Utah Jazz playoff matchup. Of course, it would have to be in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know how likely that will be.
Yeah.
Because one of them has to go through the Dallas Mavericks, and they're not going to be able to,
Not if we play like we did against the Rockets, but
But
every night's different.
Every night's different. But both of those guys had a really solid game. So it got me wondering, and I'm curious what you think. If you had to pick Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, obviously there's some year difference right now. But if you had to pick one of those guys to just have a full rookie card collection of, who would you pick?
I think overall, oh man, I think Booker is probably the better player as far as the better player to collect, I guess, not the better player. I think he is a more offensive minded player. He's going to get steals. I mean, let's be real. The NBA these days, if you can't get, average 1 or 2 steals a night and you're playing a guard position, then you're sleeping on defense. But Luka gets almost 2 a night, and he's not known to be the best defender in the world. So,
but to his credit, that's been a major improvement this season.
Has been. It definitely has been. But I think the flashier player paired with the player that has more potential is going to be Booker. Only because the Suns they're full of young talent, and they got something that they've been lacking in the last 3 or 4 years. They got a veteran leader. And I think with Chris Paul on their team, arguably one of the best leaders in the NBA. I think a lot of people that's kind of come out, and obviously he's I think he's the chairperson for the NBA Players Association.
Yeah, he's the president, I think.
Yeah, president. Yeah. So he's one of the leaders of the NBA, and he fits perfectly there, and kind of can pass his wisdom on to Booker as well. As Booker's, he's been in the league, I guess, a year or 2 longer than Mitchell. Now, Mitchell, on the other hand, he is like you said it right there. He fills a stat sheet. He's got the size. He's aggressive. He's on a team that also is winning right now. I guess it just depends on how you feel about the Jazz and their performance, and if it's real and if they can do it. Both these teams really have not had success in the playoffs in the last 5-6 years.
Utah made it to the second round. I think Donovan Mitchell's rookie year, but I think they haven't been able to get out of the first round since. I could be wrong. I know last year, obviously they had the heartbreak being up 3-1 and then Denver's comeback.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, I think right now, if I had to put money on it, I would take Booker over Mitchell. And I guess the eBay and all the card sales agree.
But also to be fair, at that point, it's harder to find Booker rookie cards naturally.
Yeah. Just older product.
And still, I walked into our local card shop the other day, and they were selling, I think they had Donovan Mitchell's 2017, 2018 Prizm hobby box. They had a hobby box just sitting there for 2 weeks. So it's still possible to find. Granted, when I was looking at Devin Booker prices, I had to think to myself, is it even possible to find him in a Prizm rookie? I couldn't remember when that came out.
Because I think the first year Prizm was 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So I believe. So he came out in 2015, right?
I think so. I definitely remember him smoking the Mavs in one of his early years. And in the 3-point contest, he surprised everybody.
He smokes the Mavs almost every time they play.
Yeah, it sucks. That's the only reason.
And most of the other teams.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the biggest reasons. Obviously, Devin Booker's never been in the playoffs. So for me, I kind of want to lean towards Donovan Mitchell just because I've seen the crazy stat lines he's put up in the playoffs. It's been insane. He's been doing it since his rookie year. It's almost like he takes it next level. And we haven't seen Devin Booker in that situation. Granted, the NBA bubble, I don't think that's too far off because Phoenix was in a situation where they had to win out, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an impressive run over the last year and a half, or almost, year and a half. I mean, for Phoenix, I mean, they've probably, if you add those games in, have had one of the best records combined in the NBA.
Yeah, so I can't knock them. I can't knock Devin Booker. So I'm kind of like the chicken in the middle of the road, can't pick a side.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with Devin Booker just to make myself feel better because I did come across. If you guys look at I'm going to plug one of my older videos, Panini Redemption, they sent me a white box. And basically how white box works is it's like a random card. It's one card and it's a white box 1 of 1. So it has like a sticker. It doesn't have like the cool 1 of 1 stamp, but it's still 1 of 1. And I had Donovan Mitchell's rookie 1 of 1 and I got rid of it. I sold it because I was like, there's no reason to hold on to this. I don't think Utah's going to be that great. And of course, proved me wrong.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to, I know we're not investors, but if you were going to look at, the most opportunity, I feel like Mitchell, because his prices are cheaper, is an opportunity, less risk, I guess you could say.
Yeah. $90 Prizm base versus
Booker's are like 220, 200 range, which that's a significant, I mean, comparatively to the way product's priced, it's not that. It's not that big of a commitment, but I mean, it's a significant commitment for one card.
Yeah, I mean, you can get 2 Donovan Mitchell rookie cards and still not reach the Devin Booker. And the reality is, and a Coke, and maybe a couple Cokes. But the reality is, though, in a few years, those prices might be a lot similar. Again, I really think the difference right now is mostly just product availability. So, yeah. All right. I'm ready to rip open another pack. And while I'm ripping this open, I will say right now, the Mavs are positioned right now for a play-in, and I like the optimistic person I am. I would like to think they win that one play-in game that they would have to win. And it looks like they'll have to play Phoenix. So Devin Booker, if you're somehow listening to this, please take it easy on us. I like a first round.
I want to stay as far away from play-in position as possible.
Well, when we lose to teams like the Houston Rockets, when we're 1 game away from the 6th spot and then become 2 games back, it's kind of hard, especially when that 6th team is the Portland Trail Blazers. Okay, we got a green. I think it's an insert, but we got Jeff Green on the front.
Well, that's a green.
That's a green. We got a rookie on the back too. Okay, the green Prizm. Oh, we have Lonnie Walker as well, but the green. Malik Beasley.
Man,
all right.
I feel like retail Prizm in basketball so far is very similar to football. It's a bunch of scrubbies.
It's rough. There's some sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Our rookie is Isaiah Stewart, Detroit Pistons. A well-centered Isaiah Stewart, but
he's got that going for him.
I don't know much about him, unfortunately. 2 packs left, and I think we have a mem card. We'll save that for last, but
that's right.
It's pretty thick. So I think it's a mem. But yeah, so you have a pretty intense, or we're going to go off the rails a little bit, but you have a pretty intense Michael Finley obsession.
For all you people who are under the age of 30.
Hey, I'm under the age of 30. I know who Michael Finley is. I rocked him on NBA Live on my PSP.
That's right. So I grew up in Dallas, and when I was younger and a Mavericks fan, basketball fan, really, the Mavericks, of course, it was the Jordan era. Everybody knows all about that now with The Last Dance, which obviously had a huge impact on the hobby. And we'll probably talk about that later in another video. But anyway, Michael Finley was my favorite Maverick. And that was when the Mavericks were garbage. To be honest, they were bad. And Finley came over from Phoenix in a trade. We traded Jason Kidd because he wanted out, and we got Michael Finley. And Finley was really, really good. He was the best player on a bad team in the NBA. He was probably the most underrated in the 90s player. He almost always led the league in minutes. and was close to Jordan in a lot of other statistics. He just played during the Jordan era. And he played on the Mavericks. I mean, his best player that he played with was probably Sean Bradley until Dirk came in and Nash came in. And he ended his career in a different, wearing a bitter rivals jersey.
We don't talk about them.
And won a championship playing, 15 to 20 minutes a night, maybe
Good for
less,
him, I guess.
shooting threes. But anyway, I collect. That's when I was really growing and collecting. And that's when I bought probably the most singles that I can remember, was because of that and the situation, his cards were not expensive. So I was able to find some really cool stuff, and I have a pretty significant collection. I probably have almost every single base card that was printed and has been printed that is in a Mavs jersey. Of course, I don't want any of the Spurs or Celtics or even Phoenix stuff. I do have a couple of his rookies, but yeah, I have some stuff numbered to 4, numbered to 5. I have a bunch of autos, a bunch of relics, bunch of patches, all that kind of stuff. I missed out on a couple really rare cards in the last couple of years that I wanted, but it was too high. Yeah. One of one logo man. And it was just, it got out of the range I was willing to spend for a card that I knew wasn't going to, he's not going to elevate in value unless something crazy happens. He is a general manager or assistant general manager for the Mavericks currently.
Yeah.
With the opportunity. But anyway, so yeah, that's a huge collection. And then I'm a big football fan as well. I got a bunch of stuff, but like I said, I used to bust packs left and right. So I have a bunch of stuff of all different, players from the 90s to the, late 2000s. And one day maybe we'll bust out one of my big, giant, huge boxes full of memorabilia and autograph cards of players that are probably no one knows who they are. And that'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you never know. People, I'm pretty sure this channel has a wide range of viewers, which I love. So shout out to all you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
So they may see something and you never know. They could share your excitement. I'll probably share your excitement. I probably will.
Heck yeah.
Or maybe I'll fake it. I'm just kidding. I won't fake it. I promise. I'll be excited. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's how you kind of know, because a lot of these people these days kind of are jumping into this hobby. But it's cool that when you talk to people who've genuinely been in it for a long time, and they tell you about like Michael Finley collections, and it's just a genuine thing. It's the really cool part of the hobby that I hope doesn't fade out.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really liked about, when I started watching YouTube videos for about sports cards a long time ago, when people first started, ripping stuff and like online, and box breaks just started happening. I think it was like 2007 or 8 or 9. I don't remember. And I remember watching Pac-Man, and he's a Memphis Grizzlies fan, and that's kind of cool because before John Morant, I mean, the Grizzlies were, yeah, I mean,
they had Vince Carter, they had some Showtime.
Yeah. I mean, they had, back in the day, they had some fun players.
They had Allen Iverson, right?
They had Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
I thought they got Iverson for a little bit.
He was in Vancouver when they were the Vancouver Grizzlies. They had Bryant, Big Country Reeves. I think he went to Oklahoma State. When I played basketball, people used to say Big Country, and I would be like, "Are you kidding me?" But yeah, yeah. So they had some tough battles. They had some good teams, but so that's really cool to see people that are even breakers and stuff who aren't just chasing money or chasing rookies or chasing, they're looking for their favorite players. And that's what brings a lot of it back for all the people who did it when they were kids. I mean, that's another thing, I'm sure we'll talk at some point about how the hobby's grown and why it's grown and where it's going and things in future videos. But I mean, at the end of the day, we love to collect, and we love the sport, and whatever it's basketball or football or baseball or, any of these other, soccer is huge right now. I mean, one of our former colleagues, her son, he only collects soccer cards. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, everybody would have been like, what? Especially in the US, they would have been like, what?
Pretty sure it's all just stickers.
Yeah. And now Prizm soccer and select soccer and stuff, that stuff's going nuts too. So, I mean, it's all trickling down, but that's what makes it fun, is we're all kind of kids at heart. And that's what makes, watching guys like Pac-Man, and some of these other breakers who still do it because they love the cards and the products is what makes it fun to watch. And we hope that we can provide that kind of spark as well for all you guys watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the BD Packs following wasn't the biggest so far. I mean, it's a new channel. But I just really have to say it's been really cool. A lot of you guys message the Instagram and say how much you love the videos you love, and you share like your biggest hits with me. And that's been really cool, just like connecting with you guys. And I hope that that's something both Adam and I can both continue to do. And if we ever get to Pac-Man level where we have 100K subscribers, which is insane.
We're not going to pocket any of the revenue from that. We're literally just going to open up.
Yeah, it's just gonna throw back into the
That's
hobby. That's all this
do.
has been. But we still want to be community based and still have a platform to where we can talk with you guys, and that's why I'm really excited about that community collection series, because that's a way to ensure that always is the case. And with that being said, I have a pack in my hand, second to last pack. Come on. All right, we got Michael Porter Jr.
Hey, we're moving up a little bit.
We got
Veterans.
something colorful.
Okay.
Like something red colorful. We got a red wave.
Right. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, please be a rookie. DJ Augustin. Okay, come on. Where's that emblem? I don't know if it's a rookie.
Man, I feel like DJ Augustin's been on like 5 different teams in the last
he does
3 years.
We got DJ Augustin. Back to back DJ Augustin.
Whose jersey is he wearing?
Orlando
Magic,
back to back, and then Bruce Brown. So I mean,
retail's doing us dirty.
How does this happen? How do you bless me with a purple wave?
You're not that far from the rainbow. Although these days, they make a rainbow like impossible to get. I remember I got one time. I have a rainbow football player, Topps Finest. Man, I wish we have Topps Finest or Topps Chrome again. But anyway, Topps Finest patch rookie auto of a tight end, Jermaine Gresham, former Oklahoma Sooner, played for the Bengals, who I had every color, even the 101. And,
oh my gosh.
So that was a sweet investment now that he's probably chilling. I mean, he was awesome. He just didn't get used well in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But anyway, rainbows are even harder to get with all the cheetah print and tiger and zebra.
Yeah, you basically can't guarantee a rainbow. Because most likely the player hadn't been pulled yet in the cheetah or tiger or dragon scales. So you got to bust
peacock
the $1,000 box. And it's rough. All right. So before we get to our last pack here and end this first podcast, which I think has been going very well. So I'm super excited because I think we're only going to improve from here too. Really quickly, what's one oops in your hobby collection? I had one this week that we both shared pain over, so I'm going to share that one. But what's one oof that you've experienced in this hobby?
The biggest one probably, there's quite a few. So I'll probably share those stories later. We'll have story time. But the biggest one offhand was I bought one pack, which was at the time, I think $90 of SP Signature Edition. That's Upper Deck product.
Yeah.
Of 2009 or 10 or something. I can't remember what year. It was like a couple of years after. LeBron was 03, so it's probably 06, maybe 2 or 3 years. He was still in Cleveland. Anyway, I pulled a LeBron auto, and numbered to 40, I think. I still have a picture of it I found. And I sold it probably a year later for, I think, like $250, $300, I think.
Oh, my heart hurts.
That was stupid. It fits every single kind of qualifier now for what you would want as far as a good investment goes. It was an autograph of a GOAT, and it was numbered, and it was a low print run. The autograph was nice. Everything on the card was beautiful as far as centering, edges, corners, things like that. But I think I was in college. Maybe I was either. I think I was. Anyway, I was young, and the money was fun, and I could bust more packs or whatever. I didn't sell it right away, but I sold it like a year or two after I got it. And that was pretty dumb. There's a lot of those that I've had. So that's probably the one there's another one with sealed product that I have that now if I would have kept, I would have just crushed it. But
Yeah.
Because one of the things I did, and I think a lot of people do this now, is you got all these people that are in their late 20s, early 30s who are now going back and buying product that they wish they could have had when they were younger, and so that's driven the price of that older product up. Whereas when I did that, in 2008, 2007, 2010, I could buy 1998 Flair Showcase basketball for $55 a box. And be like, yeah, I just got a deal, and now it's like $1,500 a box. So.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Well, so my biggest oof moment this week, it still stings, but just a little prequel to the story. My local card shop this week, and I don't know if you, Adams, checked up with their Instagram, but they've had an insane week of just pulling cards. For example, I think yesterday, the first day Select's been out, they already pulled the Nike swoosh RPA 101. Already been pulled in the shop of Justin Herbert.
Oh,
already been pulled. First day, first box they sold. I'm pretty sure it was in it. That's
nobody
crazy.
needs to buy Select anymore. So
that's what I said. I was like, well, good thing I saw that. But so they have this box of absolute memorabilia. The 2020, 2021, nice Luka picture on the front. Absolute memorabilia. And I had some trade credit. So I was thinking, maybe I get this box and I splurge a little bit, but I'm going on vacation a couple weeks. My dog needs to be getting neutered. I was like, so much costs.
Neutering the dog killed it.
It really did. So I was like, you know what? No, I won't. 2 hours later, I'm at home. The owner ripped open the box, and sure enough, a redemption for a Lamelo Tools of the Trade, and it's a level 5, which means it was a 101. A 101 4-patch auto.
And he's got plenty of time to sign things now that he's not playing.
He does. And even if he didn't sign it, I could very well have asked Panini, like, hey, I'd like a Luka Doncic replacement for this.
Yep.
You don't know. Maybe I would have got away with it.
Apparently, people over there.
I have the good emails. And you know what? I gave you all the emails. So just go watch the videos, check it out. I'm solving all your problems. Literally, I got my last replacement in a week. So I'm solving all your problems. You just got to go watch the videos. All right. With that, we're going to end this podcast on a podcast video,
baby.
On a good note. Last pack magic. It's a real thing.
You got to lift it up so we can all see what beauty lies in your hands.
Yeah. Let me get a filler actually, and I'll cover the back. So, all right. I don't know what's on the back. So we got, that's going to work. All right.
You're good.
Who's it? Who I got?
Some dude.
Some dude. All right, I'll look at the back. Oh, it's a Hornet Malik Monk.
Oh, that's your John Wall.
Oh,
probably
no.
Your mem card.
Oh, is it my mem card?
Why is it not a rookie?
John Wall. Oh, it is John Wall. No, it's a mem card. John Wall. I wish it would be a rookie. All right, John Wall.
That's a rookie.
It's a rookie.
Impact.
Aaron Naismith again.
Another Azubuike. You double
My
Azubuike.
gosh, is that our last pack?
That last.
Man, how's that? Well, we got his
Azubuike.
impact. We're starting the Azubuike collection.
I don't know if is he listed on there as a power forward or there's no way he's a center. I don't remember how tall he is.
I can't tell. I don't know.
How tall does it say he is?
I don't think it has his height on here.
Come on.
Oh, he's a center. He's a center. He's a center. It does say center. I'm just blind.
Yeah, because maybe Gobert will, when something happen and Azubuike will come in and dominate. You can sell your Azubuike collection.
My new Azubuike PC. Well, that is all I have planned, and I think this went really well. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. I don't know. If you listen to this long, you may as well like and subscribe. I mean, come on, but please comment. Please welcome Adam here. He's going to be with us for a long, long time, hopefully. And I'm really excited for this new chapter of the channel. I think it's a perfect way to segue post 1K subscribers, which again, thank you all for. I don't know if I deserve it, but I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm Berkan and Adam.
I'm Adam.
We'll see you guys next time.